Hello. Today I am going to be showing how you can use Power Automate to set a lot for your client end of authorization notification. If you already have Microsoft Team, this is a great free tool that you can use to manage your notification with regards to end of authorization. The way I have this, I have a quick breakdown chart here of how we set up for hours. Here it is triggered 90 days to the end of the authorization. So we have a list that contains all the clients, all the dates for their authorizations and stuff like that. So I set up this Power Automate. It runs every day, and for any authorization that it figures that it's 90 days to the end of that authorization, it gets triggered and it extract the information for that particular authorization. It does calculate when the progress report is due. Right now, we have it set that progress reports are due 37 days from the expiration of the authorization. So it calculates what that date ought to be. It then also calculates when the BSAP is due. Right now, we have this set up for 7 days after the progress report is due. After getting that, then it goes ahead and creates a task in Task Planner, assigns the task to the analyst, and assigns it to the clinical lead as well. It also goes ahead, creates calendar events with the progress report due date and the BSAP due date, and make sure that that is added to the calendar of all relevant persons. He also goes ahead and creates a folder. We typically like using folder as a system where all the documents that are going to be gathered for that particular reassessment will be housed in that folder. And then it sends an email alert letting everybody know, hey, we have an authorization coming up 90 days from now. Just get ready and get started with it. And here are your due dates. So I'm going to go ahead and show this is an example of what the list looks like. So we have a list with the client's name, the initial. This is just a sample made up name. This is the analyst, the PA number. This is a start date. This is the end date. You can get the Power Automate initiated from your SharePoint list if you are using SharePoint list for the list of all your clients. If you are using Excel, you will have to do that manually, and I'll also show you how to do that. If you want to set this up from the SharePoint list, it has this option here that says Automate. If you click on it, it says go to Flow. Here it says loading. Here it says set a reminder. Now, because it knows this is a date column, these three are all date columns. Uh, then it gives you option that you can set reminder based off of the date columns. Now, I wanted to set off reminder based off of the auth end date, right? If you look here, this is my auth end date. So if I go ahead and do that, it is going to automatically it's just a very basic simple one, right? This one here is just going to send you an email, but we want to use it as a seed model, and we're going to go into that one and we're going to edit it and add the other stuff that we do want it to do. All right, so we hit continue here. It's going to say get an email, and it's going to ask you for how many days. I'm going to say here 90 days, and we're going to say create, and it's going to create you a reminder. Now, once that reminder is done, once it's done, it says here workflow added successfully. So here it's created. So here you have it. It's created the get an email reminder for me. I can open that. Um, so this is a starting point. You can open that and then add all the other features like I talked about, whether it's creating the task, whether it's creating an event, which is where it puts it in your calendar for you, and also creating those extra due dates, right? Whether it's the PR due date and the BSAP due date. And this is what you will end up having once you get all that done. So right here, you have here, it's your 90 days. So what I've done here is take that basic one that it created for me, which is this one here, right? It basically, this one is set up to just send you an email reminder. Now I've gone in, I've added those other features into it. I've added creation of task, I've added creation of folder, I've added creation of events, the progress report due date, the BSAP due date, and yeah, those are all the stuff that I've added, and I'll show you how I did those. So this is the occurrence here where it runs every day at 3 p.m. right? Every day it checks. Is there anything that's 90 days to go? If there's nothing, then nothing happens. Now, if there's any one or two of them, it would grab them, right? So here it builds the first thing it does is build a row of table that it used to grab those things. And this is my days to remind, which is 90 days. And in between that, uh, what I've basically gone and added on, these are all generated automatically from that first template setup. Here I've added get elements. It gets some items from the SharePoint list. The next thing is we do have a condition that if the status of the client is active, then that's when this should run, right? Because we don't really want this running for inactive clients. So if the client is active, that's the only other condition I added here. And then for clients that are active, it goes ahead for each of them, grab the extra details, calculates. This is my calculation for the overall due dates, which is 90 days to go. And this is the progress report due date, which here I have it. If you take a look here, it shows you it's an add days today plus X minus 37, which is 37 days to go. And then I have my BSAP, which is calculated as progress report plus 10 plus 7 days. And here it creates me an item, which this is more so for my tracking purposes. I have a separate spreadsheet that everything that is ongoing a reauthorization gets added onto. That way I have my reauth sheet, and I can go check on status there. Here's my creation of task. Here's the creation of folder. Here's the update of task. Here's the email to analyst. Here's create event for progress report. Here's create event for your BSAP. And here is the update of my tracking list. Here is a creation of a folder for tracking it. And here is creation of another folder for when it gets approved. So that is what the Power Automate setup looks like. You can start with this generic one that it gets for you, and once you get under the condition, you can add all the other stuffs that you want inside of it, which is what I did. If you take a look at this here, all the extra stuff that were added on this side of it. So in a nutshell, that is one way you can automate the reminders and actually get more out of it. We also use this for our Medicaid expiration or RBT credential authorizations as well. So similar stuff is done. I believe that one we have it set for like 60 days to go. Everybody gets an email, the task is created, all the checklist for that is done. If there are due dates inside of it, we add the due dates as well, add it to the calendar of both the employee, the RBT, and the operation folks. And it's really been helpful in making sure that we are not caught off guard, or somebody dropped the ball on authorization expiration or the RBT credential. Yeah, so if you have any questions about this, put it in the comment section, and I'll be glad to get back to you with it. All right, thank you.